So I'm going to be doing workout 2 of week 5 and 6 as part of the band only program. So literally for this workout, you only need a band or a couple different resistance bands, whatever you have access to at home. The beauty of the band is you can make it as tight as you require for different exercises that might need more resistance. So I'm going to go through the entire workout, take you through it. This one takes me approximately 25-30 minutes. So I'm going to go through it in real time and go through every single exercise and mobility drill that is featured on here. So starting off with some rotation reaches. So it's super important to get the upper back moving nice and safely. This is an often neglected area. So starting off with some T-spine mobility. So rotation reaches. So starting on all fours, you're going to sit back in your heels. So from the side, sitting back in your heels. Taking the opposite hand, you're going to try and get the opposite shoulder onto the floor. So trying to reach through as far as you can go, try and get that shoulder to the floor. Coming back. So this is an active mobility drill. So active meaning we're constantly moving throughout. So it's not a static hold. That's 5. So you're 8 on each side. 6, 7, 8. Good, swapping sides. Opposite hand, loops underneath, trying to get that shoulder onto the floor. So you might find that you've got one side a little bit more restricted than the other. So I'm not trying to bounce into this either. Shoulder to the floor, reaching through as far as you can. 6, 8. So we're supersetting with this exercise to make it a bit more time efficient for you, because I know that you don't want to be at home training for 2 hours a day in your lounge room. So bird dogs, now we're going to switch on the core and the lower back. So even though we're doing upper body, it's important that we get that core switched on. So bird dog exercises, coming onto all fours, hips under knees, shoulders under wrists, opposite hand, opposite foot coming off the floor. So I'm not lifting it up. We don't want any curve in the lower back. Keep those hips tucked under, so the legs actually not coming up too high. Holding here for 5 seconds. Bringing it in. Opposite hand, opposite knee touches. Coming back out. So the whole idea of a bird dog is to not have any movement in the spine. So when you bring it in, super slow. So I'm not crunching under, spine stays in the exact same position. Five. So swapping sides, we're doing 3 reps, 5-second holds. Coming in, not letting that spine move, touch, controlling it back out. So we're not trying to rush this, not trying to look sexy by lifting the leg up too high. Bringing it in. I don't know if you can see, but I'm shaking a bit doing this. Cool. So another round of that. Reach throughs, 8. So you should start to have your heart rate up a little bit at this stage. Getting nice and warm. 5. 8, good, swap sides. Try and thread it through as far as you can. Get that shoulder onto the floor if you can. You might notice that you've got one side a bit more mobile than the other. 6. 7. 8. Cool. Right, bird dogs. Switch those abs on. Opposite hand, opposite leg. Go. 5-second hold. 3, 4, 5. Coming in. Opposite knee, opposite hand touch. Don't move that back. 3, 4, 5. Bring it in nice and slow. Touch. Swap sides. Coming in, slow and controlled. Bringing it in. Last one. Cool. Okay. So it's just a little warm up and mobility drill. Need to get some music pumping. So this is going to be a tri-set. So a tri-set is a group of 3 exercises. So you're going to do 3 exercises back to back, then have your rest. So exercise 1 is a conventional push-up. However, the variation you can do is an incline, so on a chair or off the couch. It's 6 to 12 reps. So it's such a large gap because you might be able to just get 6 perfect technique reps. That might be an RPE of 8 for you. But if you get to 6, super, super easy, try and push through and get to that 12. So with a push-up, it's important to stay tucked under. Nice and controlled down, keeping the abs switched on. That's 9 for me. 10. Whew. Just show you the variation that you can do off a couch for your incline. So coming onto the edge of your couch, coming down. So the incline just makes it a little bit easier whilst you're able to keep that nice strong spine. So the second exercise of the tricep is a single arm pull down. So I'm hooking up the band quite high, taking a seat onto your bum. Ten to 15 reps of each. Hold for a second at the bottom so you can get that squeeze in your lat. And swapping sides straight away. So this program is designed for minimal rest. So we're working opposing muscle groups. So the chest, so push-ups are a chest and tricep dominant exercise. And now we're coming into a bicep and lat dominant. So that is why we can get away with minimal rest. Coming back over. Now exercise 3, foot looped low row. So I'm using a bit of a lighter resistance, but again, it's going to vary. You can just change, like wrap it around your hands if it needs to be more challenging. Make sure it's actually on your feet. And this one is high reps. Starting to burn now. 16, 17, 18. Oh. Now you get a minute rest. So make sure you pop your timer on. So first exercise, conventional push-up or incline push-up, depending on what strength level you're up to. 6 to 12 reps. second exercise, single arm high pull down. That's going to be 10 to 15 reps. And then foot looped low row, because this is the less taxing exercise, you're going to be doing 20 to 25 reps. So each exercise, we're striving for more reps. As you can see, I'm a little bit out of breath. So that was round 1. All right, that's 40 seconds there. 20 seconds, we gotta go again. All right, let's go. 6 to 12 push-ups. Holding the tummy on, not letting the butt drop. Woo. 9, 10. Oh God. All right, minute of rest. Back over to the pull downs. So I have to actually move around in my apartment to get to different parts. And we're very lucky that in the loft we have a railing that I can chuck the band on. Okay, let's go. 20 to 15 reps. 10 to 15 reps. Get a squeeze at the bottom, hold. Try and keep the chest elevated. You're not hunching over. While that feels a bit easier, you're not going to be working the correct muscles. So sit nice and upright, shoulder blades back and down. 6. If you've hit your number already, don't keep up with my counting. No. Whew. I always wonder what the neighbours across from me think. Oh, she's bloody jumping around her apartment again. Maybe it's motivating people. Oh, okay. Back over to the other side for your low row. Whew. But it just shows that how effective workouts can be, even if you just got access to a couple of bands, because our dumbbells have been MIA for 8 weeks now. Full loops, low row, chest elevated, boobs to the ceiling, shoulder blades back and down. Go, 20 reps. At the top, I'm still getting that squeeze, even though it's high reps. Ooh. It's okay to make some faces as well. Oh. 1 minute rest. Yeah, so on the very first day that the gyms were closed, we managed to dive in and get our hands on some dumbbells, or so we thought. Yeah, they've just gone MIA, so hopefully we get them this week, because the gyms might be open by the time we actually get them back. So that'll be bloody annoying. So as part of these programs, there is a dumbbell variation of these as well. So depending on what equipment you have, I've written the program, and as you can see, no matter what fitness level you're up to, these workouts are going to be challenging, especially if you want to work on your push-ups. My push-ups have got so much stronger, actually, well, because I've had to focus on them. So these programs perfectly progress you for your push-ups. Okay, that's a minute. Let's go. Make sure you squeeze those shoulder blades to get the butt cheeks on. So with the push-ups, always go for lower reps and perfect technique as opposed to trying to hit as many as you can and kind of ending up looking like a bit of a fish out of water. So correct technique over reps always. Or revert to incline and get strong in the correct position. Okay, pull downs. Me and Lee are training at the same time. We're fighting for the camera angle. Oh, I'm feeling fatigued. So with the band, if I just hold it on the end, that's really not much resistance for me. So try and pull it down towards you a little bit and then grab onto it and loop your hand around. So when your arm's extended, the band should have torque on it already. So then when you pull it down, you get that resistance. Oh, shit. Whew. Okay. Let's go. Foot looped, low row. Okay. Let's go. Last one. Squeeze. So remember, we're working at a reps in reserve of about 8. So keep going until you've only got about 2 reps left in the tank. So don't just stop at like 10. If you're close to 15, do it. 17. Whew. So that's the first tricep of the upper body workout. Alright, have a breather, grab a drink, catch a breath, because I need to. So there is the option as well in the program to do 4 sets of this. So that's why the program is going to vary between, what time are we at now? We're at 22 minutes now. So it's about, 25, 30 to 40 minute program. So there is the option of doing 4 rounds of that if you want to. Alright, so now coming into more of the smaller accessory stuff. So we're doing a single arm trap 3 raise. So I'm just going to go grab a lighter band. So you are going to require a lighter band for this exercise. So usually, well, depending on what brands that you buy, but it'll either be the yellow or the red. But even the red might be a little bit too much. So if you can, I would try and use the lightest band that you possibly have. So you're going to stand on the yellow band. So stand on the required resistance. I've got roughly 10 centimeters on the other side of the band. Rib cage down, squeezing the butt cheeks. You're going to raise that arm out on a diagonal. from the side. So I'm keeping the shoulder blade back and down, so I'm trying to lift up using these lower trap muscles. Swapping sides. Standing on one end of the band to create that tension. So you're doing 10 to 15 reps of this, but to be honest, if you've got a heavy band, keep it more like 6 to 10. Whew. And then we're going to finish with some biceps. It's taking a seat on the floor with quite a light resistance band. You're just going to come curling up. So same position that you were in for your foot looped low row. The wider you take your feet, the more resistance you're going to have. Palms up to the ceiling, holding onto the band's going to be in the palm of your hand. Coming up, squeeze. So with a bicep curl, you really want to think about that contraction at the top before you lower. So you're not just flailing your arms around. Chest up, pull, 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 squeeze, hold, and coming down. So again, 10 to 12 reps of these. But it's going to vary depending on what resistance band that you have. So always either try and make it a lighter resistance, so bring your feet in a little bit closer and bend your knees, or lower up the reps. Back into your trap 3 raises. So I'm just going to try a variation just for the sake of the camera height and do it from the knee. So you're going to have your kneecap over the band. Oh, there we go, that does work. So you can do this one from either standing or your knees. Oh God, whew. Feeling that. So with that one, always technique, shoulder blade back and down, as opposed to getting the reps out. Whew. So the trap 3 is often a very neglected exercise. So the upper traps like to do a lot of the work. So we want to make sure that the middle traps and the lower traps, so the muscles that come in between the shoulder blades, are just as developed and just as strong, if not more so, than the upper traps, because they're what like to kick in pressing and pulling. So this one is going to get those lower traps working. Thanks. Into our biceps. Oh, I don't know about you, but I've got a decent sweat on. To think I started this in a dressing gown, a long sleeve, and what do they call them? Those fluffy slippers? House bed slipper, bed socks? Oh dear. Have a little bit of a rest. One more round to go. We're nearly there. So yeah, so half an hour or roughly 35 minutes if you do the 4 rounds of those previous 3 exercises. I like to keep especially now I'm training at home, I like to keep my workouts short, sharp and effective because, well, to be honest, I like to move every single day. So these programs are designed to do 4, 5, 6 times a week. So I've cut them down to make them a bit more intense, more short and effective, as opposed to making them an hour long, because it gets kind of boring, to be honest, at home for a whole hour moving around. Okay, last round, trap 3 on the knees, standing on the band where you require that resistance. Make sure you keep that shoulder blade back and down, draw the rib cage down, squeeze the butt cheeks. I'll do this last one from behind, just so you can see the back. So shoulder blade back and down, draw the rib cage, squeeze the bum cheeks, raise. I like to have my other arm out to the side as well to kind of counterbalance. Otherwise that feels a little bit floppy, but you'll feel the difference if you put your arm out and get some irradiation. So squeeze your fist, and that helps strengthen up the whole body. Okay. Bicep curls. We're nearly there. Whew. Just taking a moment to ponder. Alright, let's do it. Last one. Shoulder blades back, chest lifted, squeeze, hold. Let's work those guns. $11, $12. Whew. So it is possible to maintain, even build muscle and build strength whilst doing a home workout. You just have to have, I guess, the right resources, have a bit of a structure to your programming, and ensure that you're being consistent with it throughout. So hope you enjoy some of the other workouts if you are doing the band or the dumbbell program, and let's keep our strength and all of that hard work and not lose motivation or too much of it whilst we are training from home. Hope you enjoyed that workout. Whew, I'm definitely a bit of a sweaty mess now.